Welcome to our brand new YouTube video part 2 of this.
So we're Avants and
Mama,
Mama,
Bubba, and Super Bear.
And Super Bear. So we're working on hands-on history.
Super Bear, go to watch.
So we've done 2. One we did not do a video, one we did do a video. So we did the years, we did the archaeology kill kit. Now we're doing the cylinder seal. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. You're going to make a cylinder and we're going to make a seal.
So that one called sealed.
Yeah, so a cylinder seal. Oh my goodness, that's lots of S's. So one of the first organized civilizations, the Sumerians, quickly learned they needed a way to record information for others to read or access later. They developed the first type of writing, cuneiform, using wedges pressed into wet clay. And then when the clay dried, they could read it. Some Sumerians also conducted business with one another, and so they had to come up with writing. So what we're going to do today is make one of these seals. Okay. Nate's Super Scroll.
Snape Super Scroll.
Nate's. That's just what they put on theirs, okay? So the kit has clay, a dowel rod, and a toothpick, but we need some paper, a baking sheet because you have to bake it, parchment paper or foil, and then your oven.
We have everything in here.
Well, we have clay and the dowel rod. So
yeah.
This is the kit.
So
and we will pull out.
So for this set, you got to make a clay, and for another one, you cannot make a clay. You can just you have to bake it.
You have to bake it, not make it.
Okay, so this one has black clay in it.
Black?
Yeah.
No, that's for the game.
Oh.
This is for the seal.
Right. Open this
no,
clay.
Don't open it just yet. So lay a piece of paper to protect your work surface. So we need a piece of scrap paper.
Can I get one? Or I can use that.
Yes, we can use it. We'll just use this.
Yeah. So just put clay inside.
Okay, so here's your toothpick.
Toothpick?
And there's your dowel rod.
Oh, dowel rod.
Okay. And the book. Okay, so it says, put your paper down. Done.
We did.
Says, remove about 1/3 of the clay and set it aside. So take your clay out.
All of them?
Yeah, and we'll cut it out in a minute.
It's stuck.
Oh, it is stuck.
Clay will be sticky.
Okay, so listen, stop, please. Stop. So it says you need 1/3 of it. So if you pretend to cut it into 3s.
Oh,
okay.
So it's in toothpick.
So we're going to go. I'm just going to go. That's 1/3 of it. Okay?
Okay.
So now it says you may need to work the clay in your hands for a minute to warm it up and then transfer it. Roll the larger portion of the clay into a thick snake about 2.5 inches long.
This is squishy.
Yeah, you can squish it.
Okay.
But this one's going to be your cylinder.
Oh, I'm almost perfect.
Okay,
And this
so
one will squish.
Look, this one is going to be like this.
Ooh.
Okay, so you're going to go take this one and you're going to roll it out.
Oh, I go away.
Okay, yeah, you roll it. I'll move this one.
I can't. Wait, I got a fast way to
Okay, you know what?
squish
Let's get rid of this paper.
Let's squish it.
This table is all painted on anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, now
1, 2,
take
3.
this. Okay, take this. And you're going to put it right through.
Oh, so poke it like I did with that ball?
Yeah.
Like that.
Try not to come out the sides. It needs to go right through the middle.
Okay.
Make sure you roll the dowel around the inside of the scroll to increase the width of the hole. You want to make sure you have enough room for the seal to roll around the dowel without getting stuck.
Oh no.
That's okay. It's clay. You can.
We fix it.
Yeah. There we go. Plug the hole.
Plug it.
Okay, so now you want to turn it and make that hole a little bit bigger, okay?
Okay.
No, hold the clay.
Okay.
Clay
now
needs to be a little
God,
bit flatter.
now God.
And you need to move this in there because it needs to be able to move, okay?
Okay.
And turn it and everything. Okay. Use a toothpick. Okay. Is the hole kind of big enough?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, don't take it out.
Since I got off.
That's okay. Okay, now you're going to use the toothpick. We're going to use the toothpick and we're going to write something into the clay.
Oh.
So, carve shapes or pictures on the outside of the seal or use the shape of the letters in the grid that is below to make words. Because the finished cylinder will leave an impression of what you're carving, you need to write backwards. Okay?
Okay.
Did you understand that?
Yeah.
Because this is going to leave an impression, so you have to do it backwards so that the impression comes out forward.
Okay.
Okay? It's called a negative. Do you want to write your name? So if you have to write it backwards so it comes out looking like that.
Want to go out backwards?
You have to write it backwards so that when you put it down on the paper or whatever you're putting it on, it comes out the right way.
Oh. So
Are you going to write your name? No, you got to write from this side that way.
Okay, so like this.
Yeah, and then you got to write the letters backwards. What are you doing?
Write my name.
No, not so deep, honey. You just got to scratch it in. Because Bubba's going to be harder to write.
B and B.
Yes, but it's backwards, though. You got to write the B's and everything.
Square, A, and triangle.
Okay, so we're going to keep this for later because we have to bake that first.
Okay. This here, I said this bake is done.
Okay, well, let me go over Bubba again because it has to be thicker.
Yeah.
I made a snake.
Snake.
Okay. Alright, so we will go put that in the oven.
I'll go do it.
And then we'll come. No, I gotta turn it on. Okay, so we're going to put this. You're going to take the dowel rod out, the piece of wood. Take the wood out.
Okay. It's stuck. Okay.
Pull. Okay, and then you're going to put it down this way. Okay, so make sure it stands up.
Okay.
Don't.
Stick it.
Okay. You might have to flip it over. Flip it over.
Keep it?
Yeah. No, not this. Flip that over, you goofy.
Like this way?
No. Oh my goodness. Flip it over.
Okay.
Make sure it stays up, okay? Because it needs to stand up.
Oh.
Okay, and then the temperature needs to be...
There. There you go, but inside this.
Yeah. Okay, so stop. So the temperature needs to be 275. So the stove needs, or the oven needs to get warm. And then we're going to put your scroll, which needs to be this way, so that the imprints that you put on it don't get squashed.
Yeah.
And then we're going to bake it for half an hour. It says 15 minutes per 1/4 inch.
Yeah. So it's sealed as this piece.
So we took his scroll out.
It looks solid.
And it's cooled. So yes, it's solid now.
Walk.
Alright, so grab it and your dowel rod there. Put that back through.
This way?
Yep. Can you get it in? I put it in once to make sure it actually went.
Says.
It's just kind of stuck.
Yeah. Nope.
Okay. So we're going to get that dowel rod through without breaking it. And then we'll come back and see if it works.
We finally done.
Finally done.
Yeah, Super Bear asleep.
Okay, so it took a bit longer than what we thought would to get it hard.
Yeah.
So our next thing is to see if it works.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to squish out. Here, you flatten it out, okay?
Okay.
Let's put it on the table and flatten it.
Let's go to this.
The whole table moves.
Yeah.
So we're going to flatten it out, and then we're going to see if your scroll works, okay?
Okay.
It doesn't even need, it just needs to be wide enough so that we can see if that worked.
Yeah. Let me get some inches bigger.
Okay, don't make it too flat or else it won't work. You get it?
Yep.
Look, it's wide. Okay.
Okay. I hope it will work.
Okay, so press pretty hard, okay?
Go like this.
Yeah? Did it work? Well, look, a little bit. Okay, let's try that. Well, it worked a little bit. Try that part.
Okay, go trace this too.
No. Roll it right here.
Okay.
From there, roll it. Oh, you got, move it around. You got a triangle. And part of it.
Not a.
Here, let's try making this bigger.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to cheat a sec. Let's do this.
Just cheat for a sec.
There. See, now it's the right way. See how we wrote it backwards, but now it's the right way?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So it kind of worked. So it could have been a little bit more flat. See how it's not flat?
Oh.
Your cylinder is not completely round.
Yeah.
But it did work. Maybe a little bit thicker.
Okay. Now let's see. Very flat, but all the man.
And now what are you doing?
Squishing something.
For what?
Oh, I put all them on.
Oh, you want to see if this one will work?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's your L.
A triangle, a little bit of A, and that.
So it does work.
Bubba's.
So we would suggest doing it thicker.
Yeah.
The depth is okay, but the lines aren't thick enough.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And another thing is they say you could try is to ink it. You want to try and ink it?
Yeah.
Okay, now the thing about that is this, like I said, this is not flat, so I don't know how this might work better with ink.
Yeah. So we put this in on.
Yeah, just roll it gently.
Okay.
Or not. Just roll it to get the ink on. Okay, you need to actually roll it so that it gets ink on the
Inside.
thing.
That's not a bit. That system
Like I
does.
said, it's not flat, so. Nope. Ink doesn't work.
That
Well-
one was for stamps.
Well, this is like a stamp. This
Yeah.
is an old style stamp.
Yeah.
So this back in ancient Egypt, they would put their names on there,
Wait.
and then when they're signing letters and stuff, they would go doink, and that would be their name.
Let's try this Bubba. Let's try Bubba.
Bubba's not going to work because it's indented. I know. It's indented. So it's not going to roll flat.
Okay, let's make it very flat to actually put it on.
Well, no, you can't make it too flat because this isn't flat.
Yeah.
Because this doesn't roll flat.
That's good.
That's as flat as you can put it because it has to be able to go on it in the back.
Yeah.
For what? You want to put that on there?
Now it's ink.
Why not? The ink won't come off. It's gonna be stuck on there. I don't know if it'll wash off.
Ready?
What?
Is it the back says disappear one?
Down there?
I have blue clay. Alright.
Squish it. Squish.
Okay, so that was the scroll. Seal. I keep calling it a scroll. It's a seal, not the scroll. It's a seal. So when they wrote letters, they would seal their names on them. Okay, so that's the seal. So next time we'll do the Senate board game.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the board game, and that has clay on it too.
black one.
Yeah, that's the one that has the black.
Do we do that one now?
No, we'll do that in the next video.
Okay. Let's see you. Bye. If you watched it, you want to see no on this, we will make it as a... Then we go to make it part 2.
I don't know when we'll do the next part, but stay tuned.
Stay tuned to watch part 2. Bye.
3. This is part 2. Be part 3.
This is part 3. Bye.